is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are LA.
The Halos looking to bounce back after getting shut out last night by the Houston Astros and Justin Verlander. Tonight is another day. They are 2 back in the wild card, and tonight it's game 2 against the Astros. As we take a look at that wild card standing, we mentioned 2 games back of the Minnesota Twins, who are currently in that second wild card spot. Yankees, number 1 spot, 3.5 games above the Twins. The Twins currently leading the San Diego Padres in that one. So everything for the Angels, as we continue to talk about it, is must win. As we welcome you back to Angels Baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubicza. I'm Victor Rojas, and it doesn't get any easier for the Angels. We talked about this on the last road trip. We knew going into this homestand it was going to be tough when you've got the Houston Astros, Texas Rangers, Cleveland Indians, and you got to try to win series, if not sweep series now.
Yeah, Victor, you need to play excellent baseball. Last night they got a very good start from Garrett Richards, but when you look at 11 of the last 18 games, home games, they're going to play some very good teams. You got the Astros. We know how good they are. Texas Rangers, they've been swinging the bats well, and they've played very well against the Angels this season. Cleveland, on that historic run, 21 straight wins. They're going to be coming in next week. And then the last 3 games of the season against Seattle, we saw how well they could play up in Seattle last time in Safeco Field. So they're going to have to play very good baseball. They're going to have to swing the bats much better. Justin Verlander was just too good last night. But the bottom line is you got to find a way to score some runs. That might mean steal some extra bases, get some home runs, but also try to manufacture some runs.
Hey, you go back to the last road trip, the Angels were scoring some runs early, but as of late, it's been a struggle for this ball club, just averaging a little over 2 runs over the last 5 games, and that's not going to get it done, especially with this current schedule. Mike Fiers is on the mound for the Astros. He's making a spot start. Tyler Skaggs, a lefty, on the mound for the Angels. We're just about ready for baseball here at the Big A. Sit back and relax. Going to bring you the lineups and the first pitch when we return. California Land Rover retailers. By Jack in the Box, come try the new $4.99 Smoky Jack Burger Combo with small fries and a small drink. Limited time only. And by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Welcome back out to the big A, game 2 of this 3-game set against the visiting Houston Astros, sitting atop the American League West with an 87-57 mark, while the Angels come into play with a 73-71 record. And 14 back in the West, as we mentioned already, 2 games back of that wild card. Let's take a look at H.A. Hinch's lineup for the Astros. Game number 145 for both teams. George Springer will lead things off. He is in right field today with a lefty on the mound. A little changeup in the lineup. Bregman at third base, Altuve at second, Correa at shortstop. Gaddis will serve as a DH. Gurriel at first, Cameron Maben, the former Angels, in left. Max Stassi behind the plate. Jake Marisnick, Riverside product, out in center field. He will bat ninth. Taking on Tyler Skaggs. This will be his 13th start of the season. 1-5 and a 4.86 ERA. Gooby 63 innings, 67 hits, 60 strikeouts. Better the last time out.
Yeah, my go-to is for Tyler Skaggs to be successful in this game against a very deep, potent lineup for the Houston Astros. Is that arm side success with his fastball. He had that two-seamer working very well, getting it off the outside part of the plate, expanded the strike zone to set up his very good finisher with his curveball. He's got a lot of swing and misses so far this season with his curveball. Batting average very low against that pitch, set up with that arm side fastball last time out for Tyler Skaggs.
Well, let's take a look at the defense that will support him, and no real changes for the Angels when it comes to the defense. Upton, Trout, Calhoun in the outfield, Valbuena, Simmons, Phillips, and Crone around the infield from third to first. Martin Maldonado behind the plate. And
C.J. Crone at first base. I'll tell you, that play he made last night really kept the Angels in the game. If that ball gets down the line, if he doesn't make that play, .997 fielding percentage, which has increased over the last 3 seasons. A good range. That ball by Josh Reddick was by him. He was able to get that, tag the base. Otherwise, it's going to be second and third, maybe even a run scored if it wasn't for that play by C.J. Crone.
You mentioned in the open how well Garrett Richards pitched last night, kept this a very good offensive ball club in check. See if Tyler Skaggs can do this, the same thing tonight. Skaggs ready. First one tonight is up and away. Springer hitting .292, 31 home runs, and 76 runs batted in. Mentioned that the Angels last night were limited to just 2 hits. Houston had 6. That was it. And 3 of them in the second inning. That's when they scored the one and only run.
That's that good arm side fastball right there at 92. Stayed on top, hit the outside part of the plate. Good pitch from Skaggs.
Springer had a 1-for-4 game last night with a single. 2 balls, 1 strike. Corey Blazer calling the balls and strikes tonight. Pat Hoberg at first, Tony Randazzo at second. Jerry Davis over at third. That's out toward left. Towering shot. Upton moving over. Oh, ball kept carrying out.
And look at that surprise look for Upton. He seemed to get a wow on that one. That looked like a routine fly ball. And that ball just kept carrying and carrying all the way back to the warning track.
I don't think he found it at first. Then he does. Maybe that was the issue. It's that time of night.
Yep. With the baseball, because that's a great look.
Welcome to Southern California. 1 down. Bregman shooting one toward the middle. Simmons to his left has it. 2 down.
You like those quick outs right there, especially against a very hot hitter against the Angels over the last couple series for Bregman. And keeping Springer in the yard. He had 9 leadoff home runs. Hit that ball pretty well, but Upton able to run that one down to the warning track. So 2 quick outs with Altuve coming up. That's what you want, him to come to the plate with no one on.
Jose Altuve hitting .349. Somehow the Angels kept him hitless last night, going 0-for-4. Had some odd swings early against Garrett Richards. Pushes the bunt on the first base side. Skaggs going to have to field it, throw, not going to get him. Infield base hit.
Skaggs did everything he could possibly do to make that a close play. Flip that ball as quick as possible. Altuve, perfect location for that bunt. Left-handed pitcher generally going to fall towards the third base side of the pitching mound. Flips it quickly, but Altuve just too fast, beats it out. Now, if you're going to do that, more than likely you're going to see Altuve on the move with a 2-out bunt single. 31 stolen bases, and that's one issue that Tyler Skaggs has had for the last couple of years. He's given up and allowed 7 stolen bases in 8 attempts.
Carlos Correa at the plate. Astros shortstop last night. Had a 1-for-4 game with a single and a run scored. It's 42 games due to a torn thumb ligament. Astros went 20-22 in his absence. Two quick outs and a bunt single. Man at first. Correa shooting one back up the box. Altuve will turn it head to third. The throw goes to second. I saw this a little bit last night with Astros hitters jumping early on pitches in the count.
Yeah, you saw Springer take a couple pitches early on, but then after that, a lot of first pitch swing. We saw that last night, taking some pitches against Richards, but they didn't want to fall behind in the count. Same thing you're going to try to do against Skaggs. When you think about the numbers against his secondary pitches compared to his fastball, you're going to be more aggressive swinging at the first pitch.
Here's Evan Gattis, a DH, 266 average on the year, 11 home runs, 45 runs batted in for the Dallas native. Take down at it. Altuve standing at third base, Correa at first. Lifted out to shallow right. Long run in for Cole. He's there. The runners will be stranded as we hit at the bottom of the first inning. No score. Look at Mike Scioscia's lineup for the 145th game of the season for the Angels, and it'll include Brandon Phillips leading things off at second, Mike Trout at center, Justin Upton at left, Albert Pujols at DH, Calhoun at right, Simmons at shortstop, Valbuena at third, Cron at first, and Maldonado once again batting ninth, doing the catching as they take on the 32-year-old right-handed native of Hollywood, Florida, by the name of Mike Fiers, making a spot start tonight.
Yeah, Mike Fiers not overpowering with his fastball, throw a slider, cutter, curve, and change. My go-tos to be successful against him is don't chase that high fastball. He will throw a lot of four-seam fastballs upstairs and a number of multi-run home runs. He's given up some home runs, 31 of them. A couple of those home runs with men on base would really be helpful and give Tyler Skaggs some room to work.
29th game, 28th start for Fiers this year. First one to Phillips is in for a strike. Fiers has thrown the ball well too against the Angels in 2 starts this year. 2-0 with a 2.19 ERA. But he will put guys on base via the walk. Just taking advantage of it. That's what the Angels need to do. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillips last night a multi-hit game, including the 9th inning 1-out single. Got to second base safely, but eventually off the base on the Correa tag. He would have represented the tying run with Trout at the plate. This one's fouled back. 1-2.
Especially when you think that the way the inning started with Ben Revere hit that rocket to center field. It was run down by Mrzik in center.
First inning double for Phillips last night. It's his first extra base hit since joining the Angels. 28th double of the season. 1-2, and there's a protective swing.
And again, that's one of those high fastballs from Fiers. Saw that a lot last night from Justin Verlander. Then he really settled in and threw a really good slider and curveball throughout. Justin Verlander was excellent last night for the Astros, which still seems odd they call him a member of the Houston Astros after all those years with the Detroit Tigers. 9 punch-outs in 8 innings is 1 hit allowed, 1 walk. Also hit Trout.
Last time the Cleveland Indians lost a game, Verlander was still with the Tigers.
Yeah, they're pretty good, by the way. Might be the last time they gave up a run, pitching-wise.
Phillips rips one out the left. Maven over to try to cut it off. Doesn't get there. Deja vu all over again as Phillips leads off the bottom of the first with a double.
Pretty good piece of hitting there by Brandon Phillips. Again, picking up another double. Now 29. When Hyundai key for this game today, going to Liam Payne. Strip that down. In other words, bring those pitches down in the strike zone. That's exactly what Brandon Phillips did to line that one down in the corner for a double to get into scoring position for Mike Trout. Chase that high fastball, and it's going to be a tough night against Fiers. Bringing his pitches lower part of the strike zone, should have success.
Breaking ball for a strike on Trout. Mike 0 for 2 last night, on board twice via the walk and a hit by pitch. That is out toward left. Not very deep. That's going to fall in there. Phillips will score. Trout on his way to second. Back-to-back doubles. 1-0 Angels.
You know, the odd thing about that, Victor, we talked about that in the pregame show, how they bunch their outfielders into the gaps, both left center and right center, and that's going to be normally a routine out to left field, but the Astros feel and you're going to cut off more hits by being in the gap as compared down the line. He runs his fastball in, doesn't even get to that barrel of the bat, but strong enough to hit that ball and place it perfectly down that left field line, where a left fielder most times is going to be camped underneath, but because of the way the shift was at in the outfield, ends up being an RBI double.
Up to the .278 batting average, 28 home runs, 99 runs batted in.
Brandon Phillips a double down that left field side of the outfield. Mike Trout with a double, almost the exact same spot.
Double for Trout is 23rd. The RBI is 63rd. 2-1.
When you look at that fastball velocity for Fiers, he's going to be 88 to 92. He'll throw a slider. His cut fastball is pretty solid. Curveball and changeup.
Evens up the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. Up to last night 0 for 3. The Angels sent more than 3 men to the plate last night once. That was in the 4th inning. That's how effective Justin Verlander was through his 8 innings. 2-2 pitch. Dribbler toward third. Bregman has to come in on it. Upton is called out at first. Very close play. Socha will have the guys take a look at it. I'm a little surprised Trout didn't think about going to third base on that ball.
Yeah, because as a third baseman coming in, it would have been a difficult throw to come back to second base. Bregman played a lot of shortstop in his career. Looked like he got him. And a lot on that throw. That stride, and then the baseball in the glove as the foot's coming down on the base. Nice play by Bregman.
So 1 out. Trout still at second base. Here's Albert. And his hitting streak snapped last night after going 0 for 3.
And you could steal on Fiers. He's allowed 18 stolen bases in 20 attempts. He's a longer throwing motion. Trout's trying to time him. Altuve's trying to keep him close at second. See how long that throwing motion he has. That's a little bit longer time to the plate.
One pitch. One and 2. Albert 4 for 18 in his career against Fiers. Phillips, Trout back-to-back doubles to give the Angels the 1-0 lead here in the first. Albert just making contact with pitches in off the plate. Unable to lay off of those sinkers. Altuve playing in the shift. Up the middle. Breaking ball. Got him looking. 2 down. Albert doesn't like the call, but it's a strike. The other 2 pitches that he swung at were in off the plate. Take a look at the Astros defensively. Maben, Marisnik, Springer in the outfield from left to right. Bregman, Correa, Altuve, and Gurriel from third to first. Stassi behind the dish.
And Springer, we saw that arm strength last night, getting Brandon Phillips at second base after he came off the base. 5 outfield assists, 1 error. Keeps improving as far as the error totals. A very strong throwing arm and an accurate throwing arm, whether he's playing right or center field.
So she's obviously unhappy with somebody. Unless the home plate umpire, Corey Blazer, was looking into the dugout.
I think it was Albert not real happy with the call, and it kept escalating as he got back into the dugout. So she's trying to deflect that away. Want to make sure Albert's in this game here tonight.
That's exactly where you're going to try to get Fiers to throw his pitches, in that lower part of the strike zone, especially if you're Cole.
One. That is ripped out to right field. Springer has to go back on it. It's over his head. One hops the fence. Cole on his way to second. The ball dropped by Springer as Trout scores, and the Halos have a 2-0 lead.
3 doubles in this first inning. 2-0 lead for the Angels. 21st double, 66 RBI. He got that pitch and was able to turn on it and drove it over Springer's head in right center field. Again, lower part of that strike zone, hard to the plate, 89 miles an hour. You got a better chance against Fiers as compared to that upper part. And over the head of Springer, looked like he was trying to get himself in position to make that quick throw to the second. A little bit of a fumble, but Cole Calhoun picks up a double.
Now it's Andrelton Simmons at the plate. He takes ball 1. Tampa's average down to 279, 14 home runs, 64 runs batted in. 3 last night, and he'll hit this one down the line. Hooks foul. Breaking ball.
About 19% of Fiers' pitches are curveballs. He's had a pretty good one going. Brandon Phillips got the offense going tonight with that leadoff double, scored a run.
Breaking ball down the line. That is fair. Calhoun coming in to score. Simmons on his way to second. And tell me if you've heard this song before. A double that brings home a run. And it's 3-0 Angels here in the first.
Got a couple double-doubles so far in this inning. Back-to-back double-doubles. Started with Phillips and Trout. Now Calhoun and Simmons. Another breaking ball. This time he stayed back on it and hooks it right down the third base line. Get that head down on the baseball, out in front. Gets that double down the line. 36 double, 65th RBI for Andrelton Simmons. Just over that bag and down the line. So far, the game plan for the hitters against Fiers has been pretty good. They have not gone after any elevated pitches. Cole Calhoun talking to Dave Hansen. And a real good swing in that pitch. Lower part of the strike zone and doubled to the wall in right center field.
A 1. Luis rips one out to right field. Springer's going to watch this one go. Big fly for Luis Valbuena. 5-0 Halos.
Boy, what a swing that was from Luis Valbuena. And a tremendous backflip on that one also. It's our top tier play brought to you by Arco. After 4 doubles in the inning, got another fastball, lower part of the strike zone, and a no-doubter home run. See Fiers looking at Luis Valbuena. This ball was crushed, 20th home run. Talked about the need for a multi-run home run. Well, you get one early on here in the first. As far as a 5-run first for the Halos against the Astros.
Brent Strom out to pay a visit. 7 men have come to the plate here in the first inning.
Tell you what, this offense has really executed their game plan against Fiers. They're tracking lower part of the strike zone with a lot of success.
As we said in the open, 2 runs on average. Not going to get it done against these teams if they're playing on this homestand as Cron takes inside. Fastball in. Evens the count. Take a look at the Luis Valbuena bat flip in slow-mo, Gooby.
Oh, that's fantastic. He got all that baseball right there.
Oh, we just teased you. Oh, that's not right. Psych. 5 runs. We'll show it to you at some point, folks. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
A lot of extra base hits in this one, Gooby.
Yeah, 4 doubles and eventually a 2-run home run for Luis Valbuena. There's the bat flip.
In the first, 5 to be exact. 5-0 Halos. Top of the second. Tyler Skaggs back to work. He threw 9 pitches in the first inning. Gave up a couple of 2-out singles and nothing more. Gurriel, Maben, and Stasi against Skaggs.
Yeah, you got to think and have that same mindset. It's a 0-0 game if you're Tyler Skaggs. There it is, that lower part of the strike zone. Get a lot of ground ball action.
Two-one count. Gurriel had a couple of hits last night, singles. Hitting .290, 17 home runs, 66 runs batted in. He'll shoot this one right to Crone. Pretty good piece of hitting, trying to go the other way.
You see how well he stayed back on that baseball. Let it travel deeper in the strike zone. A line drive, but right at C.J. Crone.
There's Cameron Maben. .229 average this year with 9 home runs, 30 runs batted in. 4 for 27 since joining the Houston Astros. That's a .148 batting average with 3 of those 4 hits home runs.
Well liked by all his teammates with the Angels.
Lifted out to shallow right. 2 down.
Catcher number 12, Max Stassi.
Two quick outs for Tyler. Max Stassi at the plate, 4 for 18 this year. '26-year-old takes down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Stassi, a 4th round pick by Oakland in 2009. Yuba City High School, Yuba City, California.
He's going fastball, changeup, fastball so far in the sequence. Get some quick outs. Very important for Skaggs.
Yuba City just north of Sacramento. 2-1.
Good spot in that little two-seamer. So a few more of those last 2 times out.
Upstairs, full count.
It's the guy you want to get if you're Skaggs. Marisnik's got some real good swings and numbers against Tyler Skaggs in his career.
Swing and a miss. A 1-2-3 shutdown inning for Skaggs, which includes his first strikeout of the night. We'll head to the bottom of the second with the Angels on top. This Friday, the Rangers are in town at 7:07. Fans in attendance will receive a Rebel Pilot Rally Monkey while supplies last. For more information, go to angels.com. Good, I know you're excited about the Rebel Pilot Rally Monkey.
Oh, no doubt.
9-1-2 for the Angels here in the second. Maldonado pops up the first pitch to shallow right. Springer's playing shallow, comes in. 1 pitch, 1 out. Top of the order coming up now, Brandon Phillips. Angels with 5 extra base hits in the first. 4 doubles and a home run. Last time the Angels had 4 or more doubles in the first inning was June 19th, 1977 at Milwaukee.
Long time ago then.
Long time ago.
One of those doubles. Cole Calhoun ripped that one hop the wall in right center field. Brandon Phillips with a double, leading off the game. Again, you see the outfielders for the Astros bunching up in those alleys in the outfield. A lot of room down in the corners once again. You see right here, and then you got it in center, and you got it there in a lot of room in each corner to be able to hit that ball down the line.
Just went back to that game. June 19th, 1977. If someone asked me on Twitter who were the guys hit the doubles, I'll tell you here in a second. Keep you in suspense. 1-2. Watch out. That sailed up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Phillips didn't like that pitch.
Especially when you're tracking a break a ball away the pitch before. Up and in with a fastball, way up and in.
That's down the line and just foul. All right, so June 19th, 1977, Bobby Bonds off Moose Haas, who did not record it out. Mario Guerrero, Ron Jackson, Gil Flores, all in the first inning.
Wow. 40 years ago.
Dave Chalk added one later on, and Bobby Bonds had a triple as well in that game. Foul back. Count remains at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Luis Valbuena with a mammoth 2-run home run.
Two down.
Now it's time for Tools of the Trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. Talk about adjustments against Fires tonight. Earlier this season, you see that cold zone as far as upper part of the strike zone with his 4-seam fastball. And he got the Angels swinging that pitch upstairs quite a bit earlier this season. But tonight, different game plan. Lower part of the strike zone and some damage done. Double by Calhoun. 2-run home run by Valbuena on pitches in the lower part of the strike zone against Fires. The good adjustment by the hitters so far. See that pitch upstairs. That's the pitch he's been successful against Trout and pitchers in general. We saw that last night for the most part, even though he did walk and hit Trout. Verlander staying upstairs against Mike Trout.
Oh, 2.
Back upstairs again. Reason why you see pitchers try to do that, when you look at the zones in which you can get Trout out, is that upper part of the strike zone. Anything below that upper part has been hit hard everywhere, whether it's a fastball or secondary pitch. But when you look at those numbers, he hasn't chased a lot of those pitches upstairs. But when he has, he's not made that consistent contact we're used to seeing in the lower part of the strike zone for Trout.
Here's the 2-2. Have to foul it out of play. Two quick outs for Fires. You had Maldonado on 1 pitch, a fly ball to right. Strikeout of Phillips. And he'll strike out Trout. So a 1-2-3 inning for Fires as he bounces back. We'll head to the 3rd. The Angels leading at 5-0. Skaggs will face 9-1-2 in Marisnick, Springer, and Bregman. Angels scoring 5 times in the first. 4 doubles and a home run by Luis Valbuena. Skaggs a 1-2-3 second, including a strikeout.
Good breaking ball to throw a strike with that pitch. Mentioned Marisnick 3 for 3 in his career versus Skaggs.
240 average this season, getting to start in center tonight. Behind at 0-2.
You notice right there before that pitch was thrown, Martín Maldonado was tapping his glove. That wasn't to try to distract the hitter. It's more to give Valbuena an idea that that might be hit his way on a breaking ball down and in.
Popped up shallow right, long run for everybody. That's going to fall in there perfectly. And then dropped by Cron. He'll throw to second and try to get Marisnick. Quick tag and out at second base. He hurt
like
himself?
He jammed his hand in there too. They'll probably take a look at this play also, as A.J. Hinch does quite a bit. Now scorer looking in and calling into the clubhouse. Cron, the quick throw, scoop, and then tag. Don't know if that hand got in there.
Looked like the hand came off for a second
and
there.
Still had the tag on him all the way through anyhow.
Okay, the clock has expired. Let's move along now. I don't know why the crew chief has to walk toward the dugout when the clock has 0 on it.
See that tag before that hand got in anyhow. And then the hand off the bag, just enough, but it's still, the tag was still on him. Another quick tag and scoop by Anderson Simmons.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know that his hand came off or if he even got him the first time. Doesn't matter now.
Yep. Well, you know, with A.J. Hinch and the Astros, they challenged pretty much everything. I thought he still got him on the chest before that hand got in there. Cole's getting his exercise in right field today.
Marisnick is credited with a single, by the way. And it was a 3-6 put out at second.
A little different look on that high fastball, especially if he's trying to track of that lower part of the strike zone on his curveball.
Chopper toward third. Valbuena. 2 hops. 2 down.
Boy, got a lot on that throw to get Springer, who runs out very hard. Every ball hit on the ground in that infield. Tyler Skaggs getting out with that breaking ball has been effective so far, and even this season when you look at the numbers against his fastball, .310 batting average against his fastball this season with 8 home runs allowed, but just .223 versus his curveball and changeup with 1 home run allowed.
Bregman grounded out his first time up. 3 balls, no strikes without Tuve on deck. There's a strike.
I just want to try that little arm side fastball, keep it down, lower part of the strike zone, force Bregman hit the ball on the ground here.
Jammed it out to center. Another 1-2-3 frame for Skaggs. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Halos up 5-0. Then on Fox, you'll see the Ohio State Buckeyes take on Army, followed by the rematch 11 years in the making as Texas and USC meet for the first time since the classic '06 Rose Bowl. College football on FS1 at Fox. Every game is everything.
That was Vince Young for Texas.
Derek Fisher takes over in left field. Jake Marismic's been lifted from this game. The Maven moves from left over to center. Upton takes a fastball right down the pipe for a strike. Upton, Pujols, Calhoun going up against Mike Fiers at a 1-2-3 second, including 2 punch outs. No balls, 2 strikes.
Still just 1 RBI shy of 100 for the season for Justin Upton. He tried to run that fastball upstairs. Good take from Upton.
Fastball got him looking. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Fiers, 1 down. Four strikeouts overall. Albert, one of them. It happened in the first. Chasing the changeup, no balls, 2 strikes. Albert shoots one out to right field. Springer comes in. 2 down.
Hit well the other way by Pujols. Springer dealing with a bank of lights. That ball hit on the line like that as an outfielder. Sometimes difficult to track right away. Was able to do so. But still a good swing from Albert.
6 straight retired since the home run by Valbuena. Here's Cole. RBI double in the first. Meanwhile, at Target Field in Minnesota, Twins and Padres tied at 1 at the bottom of the 8th inning. The Yankees won today, defeated Tampa Bay 3-2. Baltimore won as they took care of Toronto. Texas trailing Seattle 8-1. That game's the bottom of the 8th in Arlington. Cole bunting one on the third base side. Put that in your back pocket. That's a 2-out knock. They're going to give it to you. Take it.
Yep. Especially that first pitch, to be able to do that. See where the shift at is, where that whole left side of the infield completely wide open for Cole Calhoun. Would not be surprised if you see Cole on the move. But like I said, you can steal against Fiers. 5 stolen basemen caught once.
Simmons an RBI double down the left field line. Takes upstairs. The double for Andrelton, his 36th of the year. Pick up his 65th run batted in. Career highs in both categories. That's out toward left field. Fisher has a beat on this one as he backs up. Hauls it in for the 3rd out. 3 complete here at the Big A. The Angels still up 5-0. Next night on Tuesday, September 19th, the Cleveland Indians are in town. Fans in attendance will receive a Ducks Night beanie while supplies last. Go to angels.com for more information on Ducks Night.
Quack, quack.
Tyler Skaggs through 3 innings. 3 hits, 1 strikeout.
3 innings, 34 pitches for Skaggs.
Altuve, a bunt single in the first. Eventually stranded at third base, so he's 1 for 1. Correa on deck, then Gaddis.
Altuve 5 for 13 in his career versus Skaggs. Slightly off balance on that swing, a 2-0 swing.
Two one pitch. It's fouled back, 2-2. Breaking ball, grounded to second.
Slow enough to get Altuve out in front, gets a ground ball out. Nice job coming back into that count and getting a quick out to be behind 2-0 against Altuve. And that's the key against Altuve. You don't stay slow and then go all hard fastballs. You got to change it up, and that's exactly what, even though that pitch was elevated, 77-mile-an-hour curveball got him out in front, and he hit that ground ball right to second base.
Correa with the base hit up the middle, 1 for 1. Two one. This is back towards second. And on the hands just
Fastball away, fastball in. Like Correa may have been sitting on a breaking ball or a fastball away, enough on that inside part of the plate to jam him. Back-to-back ground ball outs to Phillips at second.
Two outs for Evan Gattis. Hit a fly ball to right field in the first. One one. .45 pitches so far. Dead 46. As Cole comes in, calls for it. Smooth sailing thus far for Tyler Skaggs through 4 innings. The Angels with a 5-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the frame. brought to you by Subaru. Love it out there. Find it in the all-new 2018 Subaru Crosstrek. And by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit HEFINS.com. Halos up 5-0, scoring 5 times the first, 4 doubles and a home run. The only scoring so far in this game. Luis Valbuena will lead things off. It's the bottom third of the order. And Fires throws a pitch behind Valbuena.
I knew that was going to happen because he stared him all the way down. That's unfortunate for Mike Scioscia to get a warning there on a pitch up and in on Luis Valbuena. After that bat flip, Fires looked at Valbuena all the way down the line.
Former teammates of Valbuena, John, with some guys in the dugout.
That's
tired is what that is.
Exactly.
And maybe don't give up home runs. You wouldn't have to worry about it. 32 on the season allowed by Fires. And that's ripped to right field.
That's the best way to combat that.
Exactly. Pay it back. Halfway through the cycle. And staring into the dugout. Good for Luis.
Yes. I mean, that's a dangerous pitch up and in over your head. It hits the backstop in the air. Well, he stayed back and he got this pitch belt high. And another good swing and bat flip from Luis Valbuena.
Should have bat flipped that into the dugout.
Yes.
But you're right, I agree with you. It's pretty tired that both benches get worn there. Cron grounded out in the first.
A good count to do some damage here for C.J. Cron. Well, there's no worse feeling when you're a pitcher. You throw a purpose pitch and then the very next pitch is hit hard. And that's exactly what you want to do as a hitter. And that's exactly what Luis Valbuena did. He rocketed that ball into that corner for a double. Talk about responding to a pitch. Did so. And the thing that's unfortunate when you see both benches worn like that, now it's up to the umpire's discretion. If you throw a fastball in, if he feels there's a purpose behind it. So now you can be thrown out of the game for a fastball in. You're trying to establish the fastball in to go away and get it out.
Full count. Yeah, I mean, it's subject to interpretation by the home plate umpire. Unfortunately, some have a better understanding of what's intended.
I think we saw the Yankees were involved in one of those not that long ago where that came into play. Can't remember the team they were playing, but it was a situation, same thing.
3-2, and he walked him. Double followed by the walk. First free pass issued by Fires. And it'll bring up Martin Maldonado. I mean, you got to feel pretty confident about your stuff, especially when you've just gone 2 innings of really keeping things at bay after giving up 5 runs in the first. Why wake a sleeping dog, perhaps? You know, what if this snowballs on you all of a sudden?
Exactly. All of a sudden, you're down by 5. It seems like a lot, but when you're facing the toughest team as far as runs scored and batting average in Houston, you feel like you're part of a game. All of a sudden, now you got 2 runners on, chance to expand the lead and take that threat away from them coming back in the game.
Corner infielders playing in, waiting for the sacrifice, and the first one misses upstairs. Maldonado saw 1 pitch in his second inning at bat, hit a fly ball to right. But on the third base side, Bregman bobbles the ball. They're going to get the out at first. Sacrifice advances to Valbuena to third and Cron to second. Brandon Phillips coming to the plate.
And now it's time for the driver's seat, brought to you by the new 2017 Kia Sorento. What Brandon Phillips has done in his very good career so far, one of 5 second basemen ever with 2,000 hits, 200 home runs, 200 steals. When you look at the other names, they're all Hall of Famers. Joe Morgan, Ryan Sandberg, Craig Biggio, Roberto Alomar, all enshrined in Cooperstown. Brandon Phillips, outstanding career so far. Starting to swing the bat very well now at home here at the Big A.
Infield in. 1 out, runners at second and third. Phillips 1 for 2. We'll take downstairs. Double and a strikeout for Phillips. What?
These are the moments where Brandon Phillips, throughout his whole career, has excelled in these situational type hitting situations. He can hit the ball very well the other way. He's going to try to get a pitch that can hit in the air deep enough to score. Valbuena handles the bat well.
Phillips leads one out to shallow center field. That's going to fall in there. Valbuena will score. Here comes Cron. He's going to score easily. 2 RBI single for Brandon Phillips. 7-0 Angels.
What a great way to respond. After a double, a walk, a sac bunt, and then a little flare into the outfield, scoring 2 for Brandon Phillips. 2 for 3 in the game for Phillips. Again, he's looking to try to lift the baseball. You can see by that swing, and he didn't necessarily square that up, but he's trying to get that ball in the air with the infield in. It does so. Situational hitting, excellent once again for Brandon Phillips.
Trout with a double and an RBI in the first, also scored a run. Struck out in the second as the Astros have action in their bullpen.
Hoyt warming up. Fires, who was so good this season against the Angels, not so tonight.
Trout shoots one out to center field. Maben coming in on it. That falls in there. He kind of gives up on it.
That's a great read by Phillips.
We've seen that this year from Cam. He'll just pull up on baseballs late. I don't know if it's a bad read, but another single in this inning. Runners at first and third.
But a great read by Phillips. He saw that baseball down. You see him get his secondary lead. He says right away, I'm going to see that baseball down. I'm going to get the third. Try to add on against the Astros as Trout. 2 for 3 in this game, but really hasn't squared up a baseball yet. Now a great opportunity now for Justin Upton to get to that century mark in RBI. 1 away.
Brent Strom, the pitching coach, is coming out. Hoyt's been loosening, so he's ready to go. Breaking ball to Upton, misses. Justin grounded out in the first inning, struck out looking in the third. 2-0.
Could be Fire's last batter right here, one way or the other.
Just missed a pretty good pitch drive. It's 2-1. Phillips standing at third base, Trout at first. 7-0 Angels. Here the fourth. Looked like he went around. 2-2.
Again, to chase that high fastball. The hitters have been pretty solid as far as not chasing that high fastball tonight. Definitely crossed the plate on that one. 38 RBI last 39 games for Justin Upton. Trying to pick up at least another RBI here.
Trout on the move, and Upton fouls it off, protecting them.
He's trying to stay alive in that bat after a high fastball. He threw that slow curveball and just fouled it off. Big jump for Trout. 20 stolen bases on the season.
Upton takes a fastball, called strike 3. 2 down. Had some issues against Fiers in those 3 plate appearances so far tonight. And Albert coming up now. Strikeout, a fly ball to right for Pujols. Takes a breaking ball inside.
He's pitched Albert inside a lot in this game. Whether it's a breaking ball or fastball or even his changeup. Oh, back inside again.
Ground ball to the right side. That'll sneak through for a base hit. Phillips will score. Trout will head to third. 8-0 Angels. Albert with his 95th run batted in. And the proverbial nail in the coffin for Mike Fiers, who started this inning by firing a baseball behind the head of Luis Valbuena. It didn't quite work out his favor here in the 4th inning, Gooby.
Yeah, that's the thing. You mentioned he's been throwing the ball well the last couple of innings, and all of a sudden that high fastball back to the backstop. Angels hitters came right back to life after that pitch. 8-0 lead for the Angels over the Astros. Pitching change with 2 outs in the 4th. very, very well against the Angels this season prior to this game, but not so tonight. With 8 earned runs in 3 2/3. If you look at our Carl's Camp replay, it's certainly worthy of it with the swings from Luis Valbuena against Fires. First, a 2-run home run that Fires didn't like that bat flip, and then the next at bat fires it right over the head of Luis Valbuena, who follows it right back up with a double down the right field line, and an even better bat flip on that one, and eventually scores the 6th run of the game after doubling to start this inning against Fires, who has struggled tonight trying to command that upper part of the strike zone. A lot of mistakes downstairs.
Pitching change with runners at first and third and 2 outs. James Hoyt coming on for the 40th time this year. 1-0 with a 4.84 ERA. 62 strikeouts, 11 walks at 44+ innings.
Yeah, fastball is 91 to 95, although a sharp slider and changeup.
He'll face Cole Calhoun, 2 for 2 tonight with a double, a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Trout standing at third, Pujols at first. Hey, nice catch with the glove over the railing. Well, snow cone action.
Yes. But the play was made.
Three infielders on the right side. Bregman now moves back to the shortstop position, so Trout can take a huge lead at third base.
Anything in the dirt, he can score easily. You don't have to worry about any back pick at all at third.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Ten hits for the Angels with 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
What is 2 hits last night to 1 off Justin Verlander in 8 shutout innings.
Two. Cole strikes out swinging on a hard breaking ball, and the inning comes to an end. The Angels sent 8 men to the plate, scored 3 times. It all started with Luis Valbuena quieting the Astros.
Perfect swing right down that right field line with the double. And Brandon Phillips, situational hitting, drives in 2. Angels up 8-0.
Saturday, Texas Rangers in town. Remember, that's a 6 p.m. start. Enjoy a post-game Nick Jonas concert presented by Strikeout Slavery. For information and tickets, just go to angels.com. As the Angels are on top here 8-0, we begin the 5th inning. Tyler Skaggs, stellar thus far. Just 46 pitches through his first 4 innings, 28 for strikes. He's thrown 9 in the first, 12 in the second, 13 in the third, 12 in the fourth. So right where you'd like him. 1 strikeout, no walks, 3 hits allowed.
Again, so far it looks like he's keeping that mindset. It's a 0-0 game, which is important. Even though you have a pretty good sized lead right now, you still pitch exactly the same as far as what you tried and talked about before you went out to the bullpen to warm up.
Gurriel, Maben, and Stassi here in the 5th inning for Houston. And meanwhile, at Target Field, still 1-1 game. The game now, the bottom of the 9th inning. Padres and the Twins.
The Padres had a couple guys on in the 9th inning with just 1 out but failed to score.
Seattle ended up defeating Texas 8-1. Seattle a game and a half behind the Angels. Kansas City lost today, as did Texas, as just mentioned. Tampa Bay ended up losing 3-2 to the Yankees.
You know, Victor, we were talking about this in the pregame show. This doesn't seem like any team's capable really of separating himself from the rest as far as the wild card, especially the second wild card. Seems like it's going to be that way all the way to the end.
Let's look at the current standings. Breaking ball, almost got to chase it. Yeah, good bite. Good tilt to that breaking ball tonight.
Pretty close to being a strike on that pitch.
Full count. Walked him. Leadoff man on board via the free pass. Brings up Maben, who hit a fly ball to right. His 2nd inning at bat.
Tyler Skaggs has had 8 ground ball double plays turned behind him this season. And Maben has hit into 12 of them.
No, foul back. Ball and a strike. Gurriel over at first base, a leadoff walk and a 1-1 count on Maben. Two and 1.
It's pretty close to a swing there. See if he indeed crossed the plate, and easily crossed the plate for it should have been a strike.
2-2 now. Upstairs, full count. Back-to-back hitters to start this inning. Taylor's gone to a 3-2 count. Maben shoots one out to center field, chasing Trout back at the track. Will make the catch. One down. Wrong place to hit it at night.
Hit pretty well there by Maben, a lower pitch. Trout able to run that one down just in front of the wall.
Kind of an odd visit, unless he saw something. Max Stassi at the plate. Gurriel at first with one out.
.38 career games for Stassi. 5th year.
Ground ball to short. Simmons to the backhand. That'll turn two.
That's exactly what Charles Nagy said. Come back, get a double play ball, one pitch.
Try to, I dare you. Well, to the bottom of the 5th inning. Angels up 8-0. Up 8-0 here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Andrelton Simmons to lead things off for the Angels. James Hoyt's back out for the 5th inning. Tyler Skaggs talking things over with Mike Scioscia. I think that has something more to do with walking Yuli Gurriel 8-0 in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, that's a conversation right now where Mike Scioscia say go out and attack the strike zone. And I think what it comes down to too, and even though we'll talk about that more even tomorrow when the starter on Friday, it's going to be a bullpen game. So you want to make sure, especially with this lead and what you've done so far, get into that 7th, maybe even 8th inning to be able to give the bullpen a little bit of a rest because it's going to be used a lot on Friday.
They went back-to-back hitters to start the 5th on Gurriel and Maben to 3-2 counts.
Especially, and I know in knowing Scioscia, he went up to say, do you realize how good your stuff is tonight? Go right after him. I don't care what they're hitting as a team. You're throwing the ball exceptionally well. Just keep going and attacking and getting quick outs.
Ball and a strike on Simmons, who had an RBI double in the 1st. Fly ball to left in the 3rd. Out to center field. Maven's there. One away.
Third baseman, number 18, Luis Valbuena.
So far in the game, a home run and a double. 2 runs scored, 2 RBI for Luis Valbuena against his former team. 20 home runs now on the season with that big fly in the first inning. Boy, he has a pretty sharp slider. Certainly a lot of room on that left side of the infield to punch a base hit that way if you're Valbuena.
Popped up. Bregman moves over. At least thought it was foul. Out of play. Started running late. 2 down. So it'll bring up Crone. TJ, a ground out of the walk. He's also scored a run. Three hits for Houston, 10 for the Angels. 5 runs in the first, 3 in the fourth. Two and one.
Pretty good running action on the fastball. You'd think with the fastball up and in right now, Crone will get something, either a fastball or slider away. Got that slider, but it's a little bit below the strike zone.
Maldonado on deck. And a walk. Second. Picked up by Crone tonight. Haven't done that a whole lot this year. 17 on the season. So 2-out walk brings up the number 9 hitter, Martin Maldonado. With a fly ball to right field in the second. A sacrifice bunt in the fourth. So he's 0 for 1. Breaking ball cued out the left field, a base hit. So 2 on, 2 outs. And Phillips coming to the plate.
He's already had a solid game already for Brandon Phillips. 2 hits, a couple runs scored, a couple RBI himself.
Already got a Brandon Phillips fan here.
Yes, indeed. Well, they showed that little graphic earlier about what he has done in his career. One of only 5 second basemen ever with 2,000 plus hits, 200 home runs, and 200 steals. The other 4 are in the Hall of Fame. He's had a very good career.
Back-to-back 2-out games for Phillips.
And 4 Gold Gloves to boot.
Drawn at second, Maldonado at first.
And just one of 2 active players with those offensive numbers playing any position. Carlos Beltran the other. A very impressive company for Brandon Phillips.
Breaking ball rolled over to the left side. Bregman gloves it, goes to second base, and they force out Maldonado to end the 5th. 5 in the books here at the Big A. Halos up 8-0. Top of the 6th here at the Big A. The Angels up by the score of 8-0. Offense has come to life. We talked about it in the open that as far as this homestand is concerned with the Astros, Rangers, and then the Seattle Mariners, the Cleveland Indians coming into town. Seattle at the back end, the last homestand of the year. Offense needed to step up. Now Mike Fiers made his spot start. He's pitched well against the Angels this year. Tonight they had his number.
I think the game plan was very good. They brought some pitches down in the strike zone. Really good swings. 10 hits against Fiers in this game in his 3 2/3 innings pitch. And you knew you had to swing the bat well. When you're facing the Astros, they're at the tops as far as almost every single offensive category. So good swings throughout and a solid effort so far from Tyler Skaggs, following up on that great effort last night by Garrett Richards.
Derek Fisher, first plate appearance for him. He took over for Jake Marisnick, who jammed his thumb trying to stretch a single into a double in the 3rd inning. Fisher, .211 batting average in 38 games. 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in. Almost got him to chase that breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and two.
So a couple of fastballs, 4 seamers upstairs against Fisher. Wonder if he'll try to get him to chase a breakable out of the strike zone this time. Now with 2 strikes on him.
Astros first round pick out of the University of Virginia back in 2014. Supplemental first round. Two. Down goes Fisher, swinging at the breaking pitch. Second strikeout for Skaggs on the night, 1 down.
Tony might go with that pitch. The pitch before just missed with a fastball. That forced Fisher to expand his strike zone and chase this breaking ball for a strikeout. Second of the game for Skaggs. Stayed on top. Very good tilt to that breaking ball to get a swing and miss.
Springer, the leadoff man, 0 for 2. Fly ball to left, the ground ball to third. That's driven out the left field. Upton's got to go back on it. 2 down. Twins have won it in a walk-off in the bottom of the 10th. Eddie Rosario, 2-run shot. The Twins continue to roll. Angels will need a victory today to remain 2 back. Bregman takes a strike. Minnesota now at 76-69 on the season.
It was a team that lost over 100 games last year. Paul Molitor has done a real good job of convincing these young players that they have the chance to have the talent to get into the postseason.
0-2. Astros have confirmed that Marisnick left the game with a right thumb injury, which is what we suppose was the reason, since he was shaking his right hand and thumb area as he walked off the field when he got called out at second. One-two. Got him looking. A 1-2-3 6th inning, including a couple strikeouts for Skaggs. Dealing tonight against the Houston Astros. Halos up 8-0. Angels Baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by Hyundai. There's no better time to buy a new Hyundai than now. See your local Hyundai dealer or visit buyhyundai.com. By Fios by Frontier. Get the best price ever on Fios TV, internet, and voice by Frontier. Visit fiosbyfrontier.com today. The Angels lead at 8-0 as we begin the bottom of the 6th inning. New pitcher on for the Houston Astros. Tyler Clippard takes over for James Hoyt. Ended up going an inning and a third. 1 strikeout, 1 hit, 1 walk. This will be the 62nd overall game between the Yankees White Sox and Astros for Clipper. 2-8 and a 5.13 ERA.
And not overpowering with his fastball, through a split and a changeup along with the fastball. 89-93 range in breaking ball.
Trout to lead things off. He'll rip one out to left field. Fisher's right there. One away. Trout 2 for 4 with that line out. Here's Upton, who's 0 for 3. He struggled against Mike Fiers. 1 ground out, 2 strikeouts looking. That is out toward left field. A towering shot chasing Fisher. Back at the warning track. At the wall. Gone. Big fly for Justin Upton. First as an Angel. And his 100th run batted into the season makes it 9-0 Angels.
Yeah, was able to get those arms extended. 29th home run, 100 RBI go along with his 40 doubles. So 69 extra base hits this season for Justin Upton. Fastball hard of the plate. And the Angels have really hit Clippard hard this season. Another home run allowed. And that one gets out. Century mark as far as RBI, right by that 390 sign, way out for Justin Upton. Get some high fives, get into that dugout. Home run number 250.
Howard 1 for 3 with an RBI single.
Just walks into the dugout. Yeah. Hey, did I not just hit a home run? My 100th RBI of the season? Dino Evil laughing there, just waiting around who is going to be the first at the end of the attack.
Cal remains at 0-2. Albert mentioned the RBI in the 4th inning, now with 95 runs batted into the season.
'39th RBI in 40 games for Upton.
Ground ball left side. Bregman's got it. 2 down.
Right fielder number 56, Cole.
Cole hits one sharply toward second. Tuve from shallow right throws him out. And the 6th is in the books. The Angels had a run on Justin Upton's first home run as an Angels, 250th of his career.
Also his 100th RBI of the season. You're talking belt high, inner part of the plate, and out, way out to left center field for J.Up.
Northwest is being brought to you by the Ram Rebel. Make the most of your summer at the Ram Summer Clearance Event going on now. Top of the 7th here at the Big A. Tyler Skaggs has been stellar. He's allowed 3 hits, has himself a 9-0 lead. That lead got extended courtesy of Justin Upton's home run, 6th inning. He faced Altuve, Correa, and Gaddis. Actually, it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter. Altuve's out. J.D. Davis take over for Altuve. He ends up going 1 for 2 with a bunt base hit. Davis a .250 average through 18 games. 4 doubles, 4 home runs, 7 runs batted in. Correa's on deck. Gaddis to follow, assuming no other changes.
Good fastball. That arm side success throughout this game for Tyler Skaggs. 92. Still very manageable as far as his pitch count. The 74, 45 of them strikes.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Good pitch in on the hands.
An effective pitching inside also, including jamming Correa. Last at bat, who's on deck right now.
Missed up and away. Full count. Three-two. Swing and a miss. Down goes Davis. 1 down. Strikeout number 4.
We talked about go-tos as far as Skaggs to be successful tonight. That arm side fastball, painting that outside corner. 92 throughout this game, even 93. Keeping the hitters off balance, pitching away a little bit off that plate, but then sending that big breaking ball with that great tilt to that pitch tonight. Tyler Skaggs on his game. 6 1/3 so far of dominant pitching for Tyler Skaggs.
Just the 2nd time since August the 11th an Angel starting pitcher has reached the 7th inning. Correa takes a strike. Parker Bridwell worked 7 on August 25th. These type of starts have been few and far between for this ball club. Correa 1 for 2 with a base hit.
I think when you set the tone like Garrett Richards did last night, going 5 innings of very good baseball, no walks, 4 punch-outs, 63 pitches from him for Richards. That's what you want to do. You want to see that from your starting staff each day. You want to be better than the guy who started the night before. Friendly competition.
Bridwell, Heaney, Richards.
Heaney played some catch today. Still not determined if he's going to pitch any more this season.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Brewell coming off a very good start himself last time out. Had struggled 2 times in a row against Oakland. He'll be pitching on Saturday.
Ground ball down the line. That is foul.
The Angels 14-2 in Parker Brewell starts this season. The youngster has been very, very good.
Called strike 3. Inside part of the plate, 2 down.
Paints that corner on the glove side fastball. Right on that inside part of the plate, crossing the front of that plate. Freezes Correa. He jammed him that last at bat on a fastball and a weak ground ball to second. This time takes that for a call, 3rd strike.
Ground ball over to 3rd. Stretch time here at the Big A. 9-0 Angels.
The baseball break. It's all about the Cleveland Indians and what they did today. 21 straight wins. With that win today against the Tigers, they've outscored their opponents during this stretch 139-35 and an ERA 1.57. Cubs with 21 straight, the all-time record. New York Giants back in 1916, 26 straight. They had a tie in the middle of that, and all those games were home games at the Polo Grounds. And the big story around the majors is how they were able to do so. Roberto Perez, 95-mile-an-hour fastball on an 0-2 pitch. That's when you know everything is going well. And Allen able to close this one out on a line drive out to Chisenhall out in the outfield as Cleveland 21 straight, a new American League record for consecutive wins for the Cleveland Indians, who will be in town next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tony Sipp in the game, his 41st game, ERA just under 6.5 this season for the Astros.
And by the way, that's the new record.
Yes.
If there's a tie in there, that's not consecutive wins. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, and they've beaten a lot of really good teams during this stretch when you think about it. Including, I think it all started with 3 straight shutouts against the Royals. And Boston and the Yankees in that group there for 21 straight for Cleveland.
Pennington strikes out as the pinch hitter. 1 away.
Tyler Skaggs, 7 very good innings pitched, shutout baseball. Brandon Salas warming up. Team Maldonado with his arm around Tyler Skaggs. Maldonado did a great job of working with him throughout the entire game. Back-to-back solid starts, 85 pitches thrown for Skaggs.
Over to first. 2 down. Tyler White, the new first baseman. Tony Kemp, the new center fielder, moving Maben over to right field. Wholesale changes for the Astros here, down 9-0 in the 7th.
And maybe playing all 3 outfield positions like he did when he was a member of the Angels, starting in all 3 outfield positions this season. Here he is in right field.
Crone's 0 for 1 with 2 walks. (3-0). 3-1. Full count on Crone. Fernando Salas getting ready for the Angels. He'll pitch the 8th. 3-2. Crone shoots one out to right field. Hit well. Maben going back, and that's over his head. Ball hits his body, and Crone is on his way to second with a 2-out double.
14th double this season for Crone.
You know what? I think he's got a chance at a triple if that ball doesn't hit Maben.
Yeah, because he went back to the wall, not anticipating that ball carrying as far as it did. Down and got that low pitch, drives it off the wall. This hits the body and stays close enough to prevent Crone from picking up his 2nd triple of the season. Ends up his 14th double.
Carlos Perez will pinch hit here from Maldonado. Martin finishes the night going 1 for 2 with a single and a sacrifice bunt. Carlos takes a strike.
Carlos, a former Astro himself.
One for 14 this year. 0-2. Little bouncer toward third. J.D. Davis across the diamond, and the Angels are done here in the 7th. We head to the 8th inning. 9-0 Angels.
Bats have come alive in game number 2. Angels 9-0 over the Astros as we head to the top of the 8th inning. Ken French back with you. Don't forget, following the game, it's Angels Live, presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers with myself, Jose Mota, Tim Salmon, and Alex Curry. Certainly a focus tonight will be Tyler Skaggs, looking for his first win since coming off the disabled list, and he is well on his way. 7 shutout innings here tonight. Plenty of run support. We'll show you a 5-run first inning capped by a 2-run homer by Luis Valbuena. Justin Upton also homered for the first time as an Angel. We'll take a look around the league, bring you scores and highlights as they pertain to the American League wild card race. That and much more happens on the post-game show as Fernando Salas takes the hill for the top of the 8th, guys.
Thanks a lot, Frenchie. And here in the 8th inning, Fernando will be facing White, Maben, and Stassi. 6, 7, and 8 for Houston. So far with the Angels, 1-0 and a 5 1/3 innings. 1 hit, 1 earned run for Salas. Takes over for Tyler Skaggs, who went 7 tonight. 7 very good innings as White lines one over the outstretched glove of Valbuena into the left field corner. He's on his way to second with a leadoff double. Getting back to Tyler Skaggs, 7 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 3 hits allowed.
And great command throughout. Did not waste any pitches pretty much the entire game. So that's now 13 innings pitched, his last 2 starts for Skaggs. The importance to be able to not only quality innings but deep in the game, and that's exactly what Tyler Skaggs did tonight.
Halos with a bunch of changes. I'll give you that here in just a second. First one to Maben is down and away. Ben Revere takes over in left. Eric Young Jr.'s in center. Shane Robinson in right. So new outfield for the Angels. Cliff Pennington stays in the game at shortstop. Caleb Coward takes over at second. And Carlos Perez, who pinch hit for Martin Maldonado, stays in the game. He's behind the dish. Maben twice has hit a fly ball out, so he's 0 for 2. Starting left fielder, moved to center when Marisnick got hurt. Now in right. Ground ball up the middle. Pennington to his left. Dug out by Kroll, 1 out. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP.
It's a good play by Cliff up the middle. Got a lot on that throw to get Maben at first base. Especially when you've been sitting the whole game to be able to go and show some pretty good range, and then that good throw. Solid play by Pennington.
White standing at third base. Max Stassi at the plate, 0 for 2 tonight with a strikeout and a double play ball.
Lifted out to center. Deep enough to score White. Sac fly for Stassi. Astros get on the board. It's 9-1. 2 down, and the base is clear now.
Just the second run that Fernando Salas has allowed. Wearing that Angel uniform again.
Fisher, who came on and took over left field when Marisnick was taken out of the game, 0 for 1. Struck out. There's one only at bat in the 6th. Lifted out toward right center. Eric Young Jr. moving over. And the 8th is in the books. Astros get on the board. But the Angels taking it to the Astros tonight. It's 9-1. Different than the one we saw last night, Gooby, and that's a good thing since the Angels are up 9-1 here in the bottom of the 8th.
Hit for every single batter in that lineup, starting lineup tonight, including 4 with 2 hits. Some balance throughout and some very good swings, including 4 doubles and a home run in the first inning alone for the Halos tonight.
Raymond Goudouin, the left-hander, on the relief to replace Tony Sipp, who had a scoreless inning of relief, allowing 1 hit to C.J. Cron. Goudouin, 25-year-old from San Pedro de Macorís in the Dominican Republic, at one time the shortstop capital of the world. This will be his 19th major league game, and he has been erratic.
Yeah, Goudouin has a good fastball, though. It's 93-98 slider.
11 walks, 12 strikeouts in 13 2/3 innings. Eric Young Jr. fighting it down the line and just goes foul.
He's really done a nice job wearing that Angel uniform. A spark plug, especially filled in when Mike Trout was injured.
EY goes down swinging, one away.
It's a pretty good breaking ball. And going back to my Hyundai key for this game, strip that down. They did a very, very good job. You look back at the game against like Fires as far as bringing those pitches down in the strike zone, not chase it upstairs like they did the night before against Justin Verlander, chasing that four-seam fastball. Good approaches and good game plans throughout for the Angels hitters against the Astros tonight.
Caleb Coward took over defensively at second base. .231 average this year. 5 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs, 11 runs batted in. 2 for 14 from the right side. Sharp breaking ball. No struggles throwing strikes tonight. Back-to-back strikeouts for Goodwin. 2 outs.
Great tilt to that slider he has, Goodwin. Especially his fastball's solid and around the strike zone. All 7 pitches, strikes so far.
Ben Revere took over and left for Justin Upton. 267 on the year. Pinch hit last night, lined out to center.
And that ended up being a big play. If you get Ben Revere with his speed on base, he hit the ball very well. Changes the whole complexion of that 9th inning.
Revere shoots one out to left center, and that's exactly where Kemp was playing in a 1-2-3-9. We'll head to the bottom of the frame with the Angels on top.
Angels baseball on Fox Sports West is being brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica, the new benchmark of minivans. Test drive one at your local Chrysler dealership today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save.
Top of the 9th here at the Big A. The Angels looking to even up the series in a game apiece, lead it 9-1. And Eduardo Paredes takes over on the mound, replacing Fernando Salas, who gave up a run on 1 hit. His 1 inning of work. And Eduardo will work the 9th.
One of 8 pitchers for the Angels with a save this season.
13th game, 0-1 and 3.24 ERA. Tony Kemp will lead things off. Bregman and then J.D. Davis. Two balls and a strike. Kemp just 7 games this year at the major league level. 3 for 17. 2-2. Went around. One down.
Not hold up on that high fastball. Gets a swing and miss.
Hey, watch the Drive to the Pennant with MLB.tv every night on every device. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live. Plus, get a free subscription to App Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Go to MLB.tv for the details. Bregman tonight 0 for 3. Off-speed pitch misses. It's 1-1. Davis on deck. Bregman pulls one foul. Still a 1-2 count. Score holds. Skaggs picks up his second win. 7 innings, 3 hits, 5 strikeouts.
Back-to-back really good starts from a starter from Garrett Richards. Now Tyler Skaggs.
Platter back up the middle, hits the mound, and into center. So Bregman picks up a 1-out single. This wouldn't be an Angels-Astros game without Bregman getting a knock against the Angels.
Especially right back up the middle. Tell you what, he has great range at third base. He's made a couple good plays again tonight. Look routine at third. A very good young player.
Ground ball to third should do it. Valbuena to Coward, back to first. Like that baby up as the Angels even up the series at a game apiece with the victory tonight by the final of 9-1.
Boy, what a game all around. Luis Valbuena had an outstanding game himself. A home run, 2-run home run and a double. The offense, 13 hits tonight, 9 runs. Balanced throughout. Tyler Skaggs dealt. The Angels even up this series against the Astros, 1 game apiece with a 9-1 victory. And again, pitching has done a very good job against this offense back-to-back games. The Astros, one of the most deep, dominant offenses in baseball, with 2 very well-pitched games against them so far in this series.
Take a look at the wild card standings. The Angels win along with the Twins' walk-off victory keeps the Angels 2 games back. Seattle won tonight against Texas. They're 3.5. Kansas City and Texas now 4. Orioles 4.5. And of course the Rays 5 back. They lost today. And remember, as you look at those standings, wow, it looks like okay, you're only 2 games back, but that's now 1 less game on that calendar. So they start ticking off. That's why every W is more important every single day.
Exactly, against some very good opponents.
Luis Valbuena with a big game. He's down on the field with Alex Curry.
Luis, after last night's game, this offense exploded out of the gates tonight. What was the big turnaround you saw from this team?
Well, you know, what happened last night is what happened, you know. Today is a new day. Everybody pull your heads up and come here and compete it.
And it was a big game for you with a home run, following it up with a double. What was the key to getting to fires early on?
No, you know, looking for a good pitch. And the side zone and pull a good swing and throw me fastball right there, and you see what happened.
And Tyler Skaggs was dealing for you guys tonight, giving you 7 strong innings. This was his first win since coming off the DL. How exciting is it to see him finally reach that potential that his team knows he can do?
No, if he's so good, you know, he's comfortable today. He throw the ball very well, and inside or away, he do unbelievable job, you know. That's what I want from him. Is come over here and compete and not think too much and attack the hitter.
Congratulations on the big win.
Thank you.
And the Angels even up the series with a big win tonight, a final of 9-1 up. The offense exploded with 13 hits, but stick around because we have Victor and Gooby's final thoughts coming up next.